14U tournament. In this game, there will be references post 22 against Brandon Valley. Here are the starting lineups for this game. We ask players would come out as their names are called. We'll begin with the visitor on the scoreboard, referencing post 22. Leading off, catcher, number 26, Cam Wolf. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Ryder Coleman. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 22, Wes Riggin. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 4, Carson Ritchie. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 32, Alex Hester. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 2, Nolan Keller. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 12, Evan Bierman. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 8, Alex Coley. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 53, Ashley Byrne. The pitcher, number 21, Austin Donovan. And the rest of the post 22 players, coaches, and other personnel. And as always, if you mispronounce someone's name, please let us know about that, because we would like to get it right. For Brandon Valley, leading off, the pitcher, number 5, Tyson Hartman. Batting second, the catcher, number 11, Riley Walter. Batting third, the third baseman, number 9, Nick Saliasin. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 6, Jackson Rubenus. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 7, Jack McInerney. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 12, Holland Wheeler. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 1, Sanders Enshu. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 10, Brendan Bellum. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 4, Mason Fisher. The rest of the Brandon Valley players, coaches, and other personnel. We wish good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
And as we welcome you here to Hyatt Stadium for Game 2 of our second day here at the 14U State Tournament, Brandon Valley, Rapid City Post 22. You saw the standings. We'll pull them up here once again and let you look at those standings for the 14U State Tournament right now, as Harrisburg is on top at 2-0, allowing just 3 runs in those 2 games, one being a shutout win. Here at number 2, 5 runs allowed at 2-0, and then a Post 22 sitting right now in 4th, Brandon Valley right behind them with 8 runs allowed. Both teams at 1-0, so this is a big matchup. Post 22 with a shutout will tie Pierre for that second spot. Brandon Valley will be at least number 3, as Cam Wolf is ready to go here for Post 22. The lefty will dig in. And the first pitch over for strike 1 as we're underway at 11:58. We've hit the 90-degree mark here in Hyatt Stadium before we've gotten to noon. That one is upstairs, and the count's 1-1. Tyson Hartman on the mound for Brandon Valley, the lefty. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-1 count. This is a very important game for both these teams. Both have those state championship aspirations, and both being 1-0. This win goes a long way into making sure that you're into the bracket play on Sunday, but also an opportunity to still be one of those top 2 teams to get that bye in the first round. 2-2 pitch is taken for strike 3, and a strikeout looking of Wolf to open up the ball game. And it brings up Ryder Palmer. We'll go around the horn defensively here in just a moment for Brandon Valley. But Ryder Palmer, the shortstop, to the plate. We'll miss outside for ball 1. This will be flown out towards center field. Backing up to center fielder and to make the catch for Lubinis. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first inning. And so now West Riggins to the plate as there's your look at your Brandon Valley defense. Tyson Hartman looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first to West Riggins, the DH. First pitch is over for strike 1. Brandon Valley will play later on today against Aberdeen at 5 o'clock. Post 22 will play back-to-back games. They'll take on Renner after this one at 2:30. That one will hit off the foot and bounce off the helmet then of West Riggins. So a hit by pitch puts the first base runner on. And so 1 on and 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Preston Ritchie, the left fielder, to the plate. That pitch will miss inside, backing Ritchie off the plate. This was popped up on the infield, right in fair territory. Tyson Hartman will make the catch, and the pitcher will work his way out to that hit by pitch with 2 outs for a scoreless top of the first. As we head to the bottom of the first, no score between Brandon Valley and Post 22. So bottom of the first, Tyson Hartman will lead us off for Brandon Valley. With the pitcher Austin Donovan on the mound. He is not in the lineup for post 22. He's being hit for by the DH Wes Riggins, who was hit by that pitch in the top of the first. A straight 9 at the plate for Brandon Valley, and the pitcher is the leadoff man. First pitch at the knees for strike one. Brandon Valley, they won 14-8 over Renner in their first game. Post 22 beat Aberdeen 10-5. That was yesterday. This ground ball is up the middle, high chopper. It rolls off the glove of the second baseman Weidrich, and a leadoff make that the second baseman in Bierman, and that will put the leadoff man on base. And it brings up Waldner to the plate. So leadoff air has Brandon Valley on base. First pitch will catch the zone for strike one to Riley Waldner. Pick-off attempt and diving back in safely over at first. That one is line foul. And it counts 0-2.
Foul here, $1 for the launcher game.
Oh-2 is high, and the counts 1-2. Here to Riley Waldner. Nick Silly Austin is on deck. Runner takes off, taken for strike three. The throw to second, not going to be in time. And there is one down here in the bottom of the first. The run is in scoring position here with the stolen base for Hartman. Silly Austin now to the plates. Number 3 hitter here for Brandon Valley. Runner on at second, one away here in the bottom of the first. Miss outside for ball one. Harrisburg won 13-3 over at Kelly Field earlier. 16-2 game for Renner over Aberdeen here at Hyde Stadium earlier on. Harrisburg at 2-0. Watertown has dropped to 0-2. And one will just miss, and it counts 2-1. Two-one pitch. And will miss a check swing as well. 3-1 count here to Silly Austin. Jackson Lubinis, the center fielder, is on deck. Ground ball through the hole on the left side for a base hit. They will hold the runner at third. And it is first and third with one away. And Brandon Valley 90 feet away from taking a 1-0 lead here in this bottom of the first inning. And Jackson Lubinis, the center fielder, with an opportunity to drive in the game's first run here for Brandon Valley. And this win is a potential for a big opportunity for a team to go 3-0. Obviously moving to 2-0, but really stamp their way into that bracket play tomorrow. Post 22 will take on Renner next, and then Brandon Valley, after a game break, will come back and take on Aberdeen. 1-0 will miss, and the count's 2-0. That 2-0 is high and out inside, and a 3-0 count now to Lubinis. And early trouble here for Austin Donovan. .3-0 will miss inside, and that will be a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are now loaded. McInerney, the lefty, digging in. The bases loaded and only one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Catches the outside corner for a strike. A leadoff error, and then a base hit and walk. But the bases loaded. A 1 pitch is flown out towards center field. Moving over, the center fielder Hester to make the catch. Runner will tag from third. The runner at second tags as well. The throw is going to be in time to get him. And they will count the run at the plate. So it is a run scored for Brandon Valley to take a 1-0 lead. But it is a double play that is turned to finish out the bottom of the first inning. So it is a sacrifice fly for Jack McInerney. But it turns into an 8-6-5 double play to get out of the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the second. It is a 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Rapid City Post 22. Titus Hester, Nolan Keller, and Evan Bierman. 5, 6, and 7 here for Rapid City Post 22 in the top of the second. A 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley on the RBI sacrifice fly by Jack McInerney. It was a double play that was turned at the end, but it was signaled by the home plate umpire that the run did score before that last out had been made, and it was somewhat close, but it was clear that that run had come in to score before the out was made at third. But that's a significant run scored. Here's the 0-2. That one is upstairs, and the count's 1-2. That run already keeps Pierre at the number 2 seed in the standings. regardless of what happens in this game now, as Post 22 has given up their 6th run. So even if they come back, win it 2-1, whatever the score is, only giving up 1 run, they'll still be 1 run behind Post 8 in runs allowed. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Hester for the first out. Second strikeout for Tyson Hartman, and it brings up Nolan Keller, the right fielder. So Nolan Keller, one out, so nobody on here in the top of the second. Fouls the first pitch away for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. It's upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. One is upstairs. 2-1 count here to Nolan Keller, the right fielder. Now a 3-1 count here to Keller. Hit by pitch of Riggins in the first inning, the only base runner right now for Post 22. That one is high for ball 4, and it's a runner on at first with 1 out here in the top of the second, and it will bring up Evan Bierman. Here's the first pitch to Bierman. That's upstairs for ball 1. Runner on at first, and a 1 out here in the top of the second. A 1-0 lead for Brandon Valley. Game 2 of 5 today here at Hyde Stadium. Game 6 overall. We got 3 more games today, then another 3 here at Hyde Stadium tomorrow, which concludes with the state championship game. 2-0 pitch is upstairs, and now it's a 3-0 count. Both of these teams feel like they have every opportunity to be in that championship game tomorrow. With that number 1 and number 2 seed, those are the coveted spots. And that'll be ball 4. And it's back-to-back walks here, first and second. With only 1 out, and Alex Coley. So first and second, 1 away here in the top of the second. That one is over for a strike, and the count's 0-1. You're the 3, 4, 5, or 6 seed. You have to play the first game at either Kelly or Hyde Stadium, and then have to win that one to then face the number 1 or number 2 seed. A bunt attempt that will be fouled away, so the count's 0-2. And then if you are able to win both of those games, then you get to the state championship. So the 1 and 2 seed have a very big advantage to only need to win twice on Sunday to win the state championship. And if you're successful to win that first game and then another team comes up having already played 2 games, adds even more. Here's a line shot. It's going to be a double play to get out of the inning. It got to the second base bag, and the second baseman, Weidrich, made the catch standing on top of the bag. And so by the time that he was running over there, he couldn't do much more than be turned into a double play as Keller is doubled off. So that will take care of the top of the second. Unassisted double play. Gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. Second double play turn we've seen already here in this game. 1-0 lead after an inning and a half between for Brandon Valley over Post 22.
Number 12, Holland Wheeler.
First pitch is popped up. Second baseman will call for it. Bierman will put away Weidrich for the first out. And one down here in the top of the bottom of the second. Second pitch popped up out to center field. 2 pitches, 2 outs. As Hester will put that one away. Onschutz is retired, and there's now Brecken Velman with 2 away. Would expect that Velma will take a pitch, so you don't get a 3-pitch inning. Even pitch count or no pitch count, don't really like to see a lot of 3-pitch innings for a pitcher. Their first pitch is over for strike 1. Now, if you're also a pitcher, you say, I'm going to groove a fastball right down the middle and try to see if I can get them to swing a little bit late because it's going to be too good to pass up. That one will miss inside, and the count's 1-1. Donovan. That'll miss slow and inside. The count's 2-1. He'll double his pitch count in this inning on this at-bat alone. Here's a 2-1. There's a line shot to right field. That will drop in front of the right fielder, and it will become a base hit. And Velma is on with the second hit of the ball game. So even though there's 2 outs, and Donovan's only thrown 6 pitches this inning, still runner on at first. And Mason Fisher, the shortstop, to the plate. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Post 22 Cadets are going to get a 0 to keep this a 1-0 ball game. Head to the 3rd inning. 1-0. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats hosting the Senior Legion State Tournament starting on Tuesday. They'll play the last game of the day against Watertown in the 1-8 matchup. Action starts at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday out in Rapid City. 4 games Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 games Thursday, 2 games Friday, and potentially just 1 game on Saturday, but up to 2 games on Saturday. 3-0 the count here to Mason Fisher, the number 9 man in the batting order. He will draw a 4-pitch walk. And after cruising through the first 2 hitters on 2 pitches, a 2-out single and now a walk has put the top of the order and Tyson Hartman back to the plate. Which is why you love the game of baseball so much. First 2 outs seem relatively easy, and the 3rd out sometimes the hardest to get. Here's a ground ball that will skip off the lip of the infield and get in the outfield for a base hit. Runner will round 3rd. He will come in to score, and it is a 2-0 lead for Brandon Valley. An RBI single for the pitcher, Tyson Hartman. All coming with 2 outs here in this bottom of the 2nd. After Hartman reached on an error to open up the bottom of the 1st inning, he came in to score on the sac fly RBI. This time he drives in a run with 2 outs. Gives Brandon Valley a 2-0 lead. Riley Waldner, the catcher. Still an RBI opportunity of the runner on at 2nd. 1st and 2nd here with 2 outs. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. A 1-0. This is a floater down the line, left field. The third baseman makes a fantastic play, and Burnt will finish out the inning. That's a good play there by the third baseman, going back down the third base line and into the outfield to make the catch. 1 run scores on 2 hits without an error and 2 men left on base. 2 completes. It's a 2-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Rapid City Post 22.
Adley Burnt.
Adley Burnt will lead us off in the top of the 3rd, 9-1-2. Cam Wolf and then Ryder Palmer. 2-0 lead for Brandon Valley here in the top of the 3rd inning. Post 22 is playing back-to-back games. They will play again next against Renner in their final pool play game. Counts 1-1. Both those teams will wrap up pool play, and then they'll wait to see exactly where they land. A 2-1 record probably gets you in. Again, there has to be 7 teams that go 2-1 or better for one team to miss. But 2-1 probably gets you into that bracket play. Just depends on the seeding. There's a fly ball towards center field. Moving over to his left is Lubinas to make the catch for the first out. And it's back to the top of the order for Cam Wolf, who struck out looking to open up the ball game. Teams like Watertown, now Watertown have giving up 16 runs through those 2 games, going to make things a little bit more difficult. But a team like Yankton and Aberdeen, they have to win their last game to have any shot at trying to make that bracket play. But again, 1 and 2 can be really difficult. Need a lot of things to go your way and a lot of teams to start beating each other to put a lot of teams at 1 and 2. That one will catch the zone. That counts 1-1 here to Cam Wolf. Showing bunt, dropping it down the third baseline, but that will be foul. And so now the count is 1-2 here to Wolf. Post 320 and Mitchell are playing over at Kelly Field right now, and they're both their second games of the state tournament. And it is a 6-0 lead for Mitchell over Post 320. That's after 2 innings. 1-2 pitch is grounded over to the shortstop, fielded by Fisher. His throw to first is in time for the second out. And so 2 down here in the third, and it brings up Ryder Palmer, the shortstop. Once we get to that last game, we're going to know how things are looking for someone like Pierre, and then even for Brookings and T, who are both 1-1, they're going to be playing at Kelly Field. But they'll know exactly what they need to do to try and make the bracket play. One, you have to win. You're going to have to win that last game. But what they might need to do to be able to make it. That pitch will be upstairs. And the count's 2-0. With only 7 runs allowed right now in total for Post 22, and obviously being down 2-0, giving up 5 runs in the first game. It is they gave up 5 runs in the first game. They will still be in a good spot even if they don't finish out or don't get a win here, as that one will be taken high for ball 4. The key is winning low-scoring ball games, or at least limiting your opponent to a low-scoring game. That 18-15 win for T, while getting the win yesterday, was beneficial. That was the only thing that it really did for T. A lot of runs against that could come back to haunt them at the end of this pool play. Wes Riggins will take strike 1 after the walk to Ryder Palmer. He's 0 for 0. He goes hit by a pitch with the first base runner. The 0-1. That's upstairs, and the count is 1-1 here to Riggins. Harmon will come set from the stretch. Here is the 1-1. Instead of check over at first, and almost got away. Great catch by the first baseman. Onschutz with a potential run-saving grab over there at first. As Palmer's at third, if that one gets away, runner takes off for second. Pitch will be inside. The throw will still go to second, but it will be wide of the bag, and standing up with a steal is Palmer. And so he is on at second. Base hit from Riggins can make this a 2-1 ball game. The 2-1. That's high and outside, and the count's now 3-1. Looking for the Walker base hit. Good hitters count here for Riggins. And it will be a ball 4. So Wes Riggins is on first and second here with 2 away. And that will bring out a mound visit before Preston Ritchie, the left fielder, will come to the plate. Our next game is Post 22 and Renner at 2:30. And 5 o'clock schedule start for Brandon Valley and Aberdeen, and then Pierre and Yankton at 7:30 tonight to finish out day 2 of the 14U state tournament here at Hyde Stadium. Kelly Field, again, Post 320 and Mitchell playing right now with Mitchell leading. Watertown and Mitchell will finish out their pool play games at 2:30. Then Harrisburg takes on Post 320 over at Kelly Field. And T and Brookings will close it out at 7:30 tomorrow, later on tonight. We've got all the games here on KCCR Sports on YouTube for the Hyde Stadium games, which will include the 4-5 matchup at 10:30 on Sunday morning, tomorrow morning. Then at 1 o'clock for the semifinal and 3:30 for the championship game. Line shot, that will be foul. Kelly Field will start at 9:30, and we will start at 10:30 here at Hyde Stadium tomorrow. Then at noon for Kelly Field for the first semifinal, and Hyde Stadium will have the second semifinal. That'll be the 1 seed up against the winner of the 4 and 5 matchup. Then at 3:30 will be the championship here at Hyde. 0-1 pitch is outside, and the count's now 1-1. And you get a little bit of that earlier start, staggered start time, so that way the winner of that semifinal in Kelly Field can get over here to Hyde Stadium and not just immediately have to drop their stuff and go play a baseball game. There's a swing and a miss. Count's now 1-2. You know, the team that wins here at Hyde Stadium will be able just to hang out and get ready. The team that wins at Kelly Field will have to pack their stuff up and drive a couple of blocks down over to Hyde Stadium and get reset. 1-2 pitch from Hartman. A curveball that drops in, and that will get away from the catcher and Waldner. And so now it's second and third. The 2-2 count. And a base hit could tie the game up. Here's a 2-2. Inside, and the count's now full at 3-2. On deck is Titus Hester. Payoff pitch. Foul back. So another payoff pitch here coming to Preston Ritchie. Line shot, that's a base hit in the center field, and that should tie the ball game up. The throw will come into seconds. It's a 2 RBI single with 2 outs for Preston Ritchie, and we are squared at 2. So now Titus Hester struck out swinging to lead off the top of the second. That is a big base hit. First pitch will catch the zone for strike 1 to Hester. The 0-1 is outside, and the count is at a ball to strike. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. Runner takes off. 1-2 pitch is outside. Stolen base for Ritchie. And now it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the third in a 2-2 game. Swing and a miss, and Hartman will get out of the inning. Second strikeout of Hester. 2 runs will score, though, on just 1 hit in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, all squared 2-2 between post 22 and Brandon Valley. It will be 3, 4, and 5 here for Brandon Valley. Nick Ciliason, Jackson Lubinis, and Jack McInerney. He may reach his base. Colin Weidrich here for Brandon Valley, post 131. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. He's singled. And that one will be fouled off of Ciliason for strike 1. The count's 1-1. Singled in that first inning. That was thrown out between trying to tag up from second to third. And the sac fly RBI from McInerney that did score Tyson Hartman. One's down the middle, and the count's 1-2. One-two pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the inside corner, and 1 down. Second strikeout for Donovan. And Jackson Lubinis, the center fielder, to the plate. He walks back in the top of the first, or make that the bottom of the first inning. The first pitch will miss low for ball 1. That one misses outside, 2-0 count. Ground ball back up the middle. Charging is the shortstop. The throw from Palmer will get Lubinis for the second out. 2 quickly down here in the bottom of the third, and it brings up McInerney.
Right fielder, number 7, Jack McInerney.
He had the RBI in the first inning. Pitch will miss low for ball 1. Looking for his first official at bat here today. And Brandon Valley will have a game break before then being the home team against Aberdeen. Here's a ground ball to the right side. This will be fielded by the second baseman, but bobbled again by Bierman. It'll be the second time that he has an error. And there's a runner on at first with 2 down. Colin Weidrich. Popped down to the second baseman in his first at bat. He'll ground this one over to the third baseman. This is bobbled again. He'll pick it back up. The throw to first is in time, and Burnt stays with it to get out of the inning. They work around the 2-out error. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on. 3 gone here in Game 6 of pool play. Game 2 today here at Hyde Stadium, and a 2-2 tie between Brandon Valley and Post 22.
Number 2, Nolan Keller.
That'll be grounded foul. The count's 0-2 here to Nolan Keller. In the top of the 4th inning, 6, 7, and 8. Keller, Bierman, and Acoli. There's the 0-2. That's high, and the count's 1-2. One-two pitch. That is missing outside. The count is 2-2. The 2-2. That'll miss slow, so from 0-2 to now 3-2. Brandon Valley used 3 pitchers yesterday. Lubin is through the most with recording 7 outs. That one will miss for ball 4, so after an 0-2 count, Keller draws the walk, and the leadoff man is on here to start the top of the 4th, and it brings up Evan Bierman, the second baseman. Onschutz had 4 outs, make that 5 outs, and Cotton threw 2 full innings for his 6 outs. And you get 21 outs for the tournament, but no more than 3 appearances. Pickoff attempts, and again, almost got thrown away. And the first baseman, Onschutz, has been really good at keeping that from being thrown away. Over at Kelly Fields, an 8-0 lead for Mitchell over Rapid City Post 320 in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out. So Mitchell trying to get to 1-1, and they had lost 3-1 There's going to be 11-0 yesterday to Harrisburg. It was Watertown that had lost 3-1 to Post 320, but an 8-0 lead. So Post 320 after that first win, while they're not, overly giving up a lot of runs to this point, they haven't scored a lot of runs, which again, if you get runs allowed tied with the wins and losses, then runs scored becomes the next one. Runner takes off. That pitch is low. The throw will go to second. The tag, is out of the glove of the second baseman. And so a stolen base, make it first and second. Actually, run differential will be after the runs allowed. So run differential becomes important, which not necessarily for Post 320, that 3-1 win might not be a big help for them either, as the count is now at 3-1. Here to Evan Bierman. This is popped up on the right side, right at the first base side of things, in fair territory, and Onschutz will make the catch for the first out. And it brings up Alex Coley to the plate.
Number 8, Alex Coley.
And the Post 22 Cadets, looking at their pitching staff from that first game against Aberdeen, as that first pitch is high and outside for ball one to Alex Coley, who is 0 for 1. The Cadets used just one pitcher, which was, that's this game right now. They used two pitchers. Hester threw 4 2/3 innings. That one's over for a strike, and it counts 1-1. So Hester used 14 of his outs. And Bierman also threw as well, picking up the 7-out save. That one is outside, and that counts 2-1. Then on top of it, yes, those guys are all available, but depending on how many pitches everybody throws, how comfortable you are to bring that same guy back, whether it be today or tomorrow. That one will just miss inside. It makes it a 3-1 count here with a runner on at second and 1 out in the top of the fourth in this 2-2 tie. Here's a 3-1. Fouled back. Coley popped out to second, actually lined out to second at the base for a double play. And his first time up in that top of the second. 3-2 will miss for ball 4. Second walk issued in the inning by Hartman, and there is now runners at first and second. And Adley Byrne to the plate. Byrne flew out to center, leading off the top of the third. That was before the 2-out rally of back-to-back walks and a 2 RBI single from Preston Ritchie. That tied the game up at 2-2 here in the third inning. First pitch will find the strike zone. Here's the 0-1 showing bunt, and that will be fouled away. And the count is at 0-2. So here is the 0-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, and there's 2 down. And now the Catcher and pitcher will have a conversation. Hartman and Waldner will be talking. Not sure if something was picked up or maybe a sign might have been missed. Well, there's 2 outs, and it's back to the top of the order here for Cam Wolf, the catcher. Lefty will dig in against the left-handed pitcher Hartman with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch swinging, high pop up on the left side over in left field. And that will be caught by McInerney to take care of the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. At the bottom of the 4th, 2-2 between Rapid City Post 22 and Brandon Valley here at Hyatt Stadium at the 14U State Tournament. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side for a base hit for Sanders Anschutz, and it's a leadoff single. And it will bring up Brecken Velma. He singled back in the bottom of the 2nd, came around to score on the RBI from Tyson Hartman. 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 4th. One of these teams will have a big win. Here's a ground ball. Second baseman will field. The only play will go to first, and Bierman will make the play, so the runner will get to second for the first out. 2 pitches and 1 out. So runner on at second for Mason Fisher.
Number 4, Mason Fisher.
Fisher drew a walk in that 2nd inning. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. That will find the strike zone. The count's 2-1 here to Mason Fisher. 2-1 is outside, and the count's now 3-1. Three-one pitch here from Donovan. That's over for a strike, and the count's 3-2. Mitchell is leading Rapid City Post 320 8-3. And that game over at Kelly Field as they moved it through the fourth inning now. Payoff pitch is grounded foul over to the third base dugout, and the count remained at 3-2, and now a meeting at the mound for Wolf and Donovan. Mitchell will play Watertown next over at Kelly Field. Watertown lost to Harrisburg 13-3, so they will have to win that game to have any opportunity and any chance. That'll miss outside for ball 4, and it's first and second now for the top of the order to come back up, and Tyson Hartman, who's got an RBI single back in the second, will have an opportunity to retake the lead for his team and help himself out. So Hartman, who is 1 for 2, reached on air in the first and then singled home a run in the second. If you're Donovan, you're really looking for a ground ball to come somewhere up the middle. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one will catch the zone. The count's now 1-1. One pitch. That one is a fly ball to right field. That is going to get over the head of the right fielder. One hop off the wall. 1 run will score. They're going to wave the second runner. Hartman on his way to third. He's got a 2 RBI triple. And Brandon Valley has taken a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. RBIs 2 and 3 of the ball game for Hartman. And a big triple, who is now 2 for 3. And Riley Waldner has got a chance to add on to this lead for Brandon Valley. First pitch will miss upstairs for ball 1 to Waldner. He is 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first. Popped down to the third baseman, Burnt in the second. That one will catch the outside corner for a strike and evens it at 1-1. That one will also catch the zone. The count's now 1-2. One, two. Miss upstairs, and the count goes to now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a hard ground ball to the right side, past the first baseman for another RBI, and a 5-2 lead now for Brandon Valley as Waldner has made this a 3-run ball game. Third hit of the inning now for Brandon Valley. Nick Siliasin will come to the plate. First pitch swing, that is in front of the plate. It's a fair ball. And so the throw will go to first. Siliasin thought it was a foul ball, but It will be a fair ball. And they're going to try to see if it, talk about if it hit him or not. Didn't have time to get the replay. And it did not, they will say it did not hit him. So it is an out, 2-3 on the ground out. And there's a runner on at second. And so now Jackson Lubinis to the plate. First pitch is over for strike one. There's a swing and a foul tip, and the count's 0-2. This is fouled out of play.
Oh, to return to the concession stand. $1, courtesy of the lawn chair game.
One-two count here to Lubinis. That one just misses outside. 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on at second. A 5-2 lead for Brandon Valley here in the bottom of the fourth. A 3-run inning. 2 RBI triple for Tyson Hartman, an RBI single for Riley Waldner. This will be popped foul. That will get out of play on the right side. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Lubinis. There's a line shot back up the middle for a base hit. They will round Waldner at third. The ball will get past the center fielder. And the run will come in to score to make it a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. A 4-run inning now for Brandon Valley. And so it's now Jack McInerney. He'll ground this one over to second. This will be fielded by Bierman. His throw to first is going to be in time to get out of the inning. But a 4-run, bottom of the fourth for Brandon Valley as they get 4 hits in the inning and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the fifth. It is a 6-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Post 22 here at Heights Stadium in Pierre.
Ryder Palmer.
So Ryder Palmer will lead us off 2, 3, and 4 here in this top of the 5th inning. First pitch swinging, that's fouled back for strike 1. He is 0 for 1. He flew out to center and also walked in the 3rd. Came around to score on that 2 RBI single for Preston Ritchie, with at the time made it a 2-2 game. But a 4-run bottom of the 4th has helped Brandon Valley take a 6-2 lead. As the count is 1-1. Here to Ryder Palmer. 1-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch. That is fouled back, and we will do it again here at 1-2. That one misses outside, and the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a line shot in the right field for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for Ryder Palmer. Here at the top of the 5th, and post 22 needs those base runners. As Wes Riggins, who is still 0 for 0 today, he was hit by a pitch in the 1st, walked in the 3rd. He'll come to the plate with nobody out here in this top of the 5th. Pickoff attempt, and standing up at first before the ball even got there was Palmer. That pitch is upstairs for ball 1. This will be flown out to right field. Backing up, and it's over the head of the right fielder. Velma couldn't come away with it. Runner will get to 3rd. They're going to round him and try and score him. The throw will come towards the plate. It's a double cut, and it's not going to be in time, and it's an RBI triple for Wes Riggins to make this a 6-3 game. And it's only the second to make that, well, second hit of the inning, but only the 3rd hit of the entire ball game for post 22. And Preston Ritchie, who has the other hits so far through those first 4 innings, with a 2 RBI single, opportunity for his 5th RBI to try and make this a 2-run ball game. That first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is over for a strike, and it evens it at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. This is flown out to right field down the line, but that will land foul. That one didn't land foul by much. And the count's now 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch here from Hartman, home to Preston Ritchie. That'll miss, and the count's 2-2. It's a 3-run lead for Brandon Valley, but the infield is in all the way around here with nobody out in this top of the 5th. And it's not because that, it's a 1-run ball game. Here's a line shot, and that'll be a base hit. Richie's got his 3rd RBI. And then misplayed a little bit out in center, so now Richie on his way to second. The throw, he is safe standing up. Did not slide into second, but he is safe over at second. And it's a 6-4 ball game. Just like Tyson Hartman, Richie's got 3 RBIs. And so the runner on at second here with nobody out. A 6-4 lead now for Brandon Valley. And Titus Hester, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, is back at the plate. First pitch will swing and miss. That one will get away from the catcher, and over to third will go Richie. And so now he's 90 feet away from making this a 1-run ball game. You mentioned that the infield is in because runs allowed is a big impact on where they might be seated at the end of this. Here's a ground ball that'll be on the infield. That will scoop past the shortstop. Get into left field. It's now a 6-5 ball game. And still nobody out here in the inning. And so now it is already the 4th hit of the inning. Time will be called. And we'll have a mound visit here with nobody out, and it looks like that will end the day for Hartman on the mound, and they will go to Lubinas that will come in to pitch from center field. 6-5 with a runner on at first and nobody out here in the top of the 5th. And it is a very good ball game between Brandon Valley and Post 22. Nolan Keller stepped to the plate. Lubinas now on the mound. First pitch is over for strike 1. This is the second appearance for Lubinas. Here's the 0-1. Showing bunt, and that will be fouled back. Luminous threw 2 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, with a walk and 2 strikeouts. That 14-8 win for Brandon Valley over Renner. So he has had 7 outs. He's got 14 outs to work with. This is his second appearance. So if he gets 14 outs, which being in the 5th inning, probably unlikely. This will be a little pop-up that will get foul. He would still have 1 more appearance, and again, whether he gets the final 9 outs or he'll get pulled before then, he'll at least have, potentially should have a few more outs to work with in a 3rd appearance. That one is upstairs, and the count is now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Nolan Keller has walked twice in the 2nd and 4th inning. One, 2. That will get to the backstop. And the runner will end up at second. That's the tying run right now for Post 22 here in the top of the 5th after a 4-run bomb of the 4th inning. 3 runs without an out right now for Post 22 here in the top of the 5th. So 2-2 upcoming here from Luminous to Nolan Keller. 6th man the batting order. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. For the first out here in the top of the 5th. Brings up Evan Bierman. Bierman 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd. Popped out to 1st in the 4th. First pitch. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. And Post 22 will have to play again after this against Renner. Then Brandon Valley will play Aberdeen. Then we'll see Pierre and Yankton close out the night here at Hyde Stadium. The 1-0 pitch is outside, and the count's 2-0. Two-0 is popped up, and that will skip off the netting. So the count goes to now 2-1 here to Evan Bierman. Going to try and drive in that tying run here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. The 2-1. That one's at the top of the zone, and it counts 2-2. Here's the 2-2. This is popped up. That is foul territory, and that will land foul. Long run for McInerney to try and get over to it. It's another 2-2 pitch coming here to Bierman. Two is taken on the outside corner for strike 3, and back-to-back strikeouts for Luminous coming out from center field, coming in relief of Tyson Hartman. So now Alex Coley, 0 for 1, lined out to second, and then he walked. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That'll get outside, and the count's 2-0. Two-0 is upstairs and making a 3-0 count here to Alex Coley, the first baseman. Trying to find the strike zone to make it a 3-1 count. That'll be over for a strike. The count's now 3-2. Full count, payoff pitch coming here. 2 outs. Runner on at second, that tying run at second. And it'll be a walk. And Coley will draw his second walk, making it first and second. And now Adley Burnt to the plate.
Third baseman, number 53, Adley Burnt.
That'll be a ground ball base hit. Runners will stop everywhere and at every base, and the bases are loaded. Burnt now 1 for 3. And it will bring up Cam Wolf, the top of the order, 9th man to come to the plate here in this 5th inning. Three runs have already scored. The bases are loaded here with 2 outs. Wolf is 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch. I don't know, miss upstairs for ball 1. Six to 5 our score here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 pitch will miss inside, and it's now a 2-2 count. A 2-0. That'll miss outside, and it's now a 3-0 count. Nowhere to put Wolf. And it could lead now to that tying run scoring. .3-0 will miss, and it's ball 4, and this ball game is tied at 6. An RBI walk for Wolf. And it now brings up Ryder Palmer, who got this whole hitting started with the base hit. He came in to score on the RBI triple from Wes Riggins. Now he's got an opportunity to give Post 22 their first lead today. That'll miss outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. 1-1. Fouled back. And now Lubinis again a strike away from getting out of this inning. The 1-2. Comes inside. 2-2 the count. And Palmer 1 for 2. Flew out to center in the first, walked in the third, and then had a base hit in the fifth. And now batting for the second time here in this fifth inning. The 2-2. That one staying alive. Palmer just getting a piece of it. Another 2-2 pitch here from Lubinis. That is a ground ball to the right side. We feel it by the second baseman. The throw to first. And Weidrich is able to retire Palmer, and that will take care of the fifth inning. But 4 runs will score, making this a brand new ball game. 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to the 14U State Tournament, watching the 14U State Tournament on KCCR Sports here in Pierre.
In the fifth inning, the second baseman, number 12, Alan Weidrich.
One and two count to Colin Weidrich to open things up in the bottom of the fifth, 6, 7, and 8. Here for Brandon Valley, and again, we're back to being squared at now 6 apiece as it counts 2 and 2. Getting the late innings of game 2 today here at Hyde Stadium. The 2-2 is on the outside corner for strike 3. And Austin Donovan will get the first out. Strikeout looking of Weidrich. Sanders Anschutz, the first baseman, 1 for 2. Singled and scored back in the 4th inning. Here's a ground ball on the left side. That will get through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 3 in the ball game. And a good piece of hitting.
Right fielder,
And so now with a runner on at first, one out, and it brings up Brecken Velma. First pitch, a ground ball. That is going to get through the right side for a base hit. And it's now first and second. Back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches. The number 9 man and Mason Fisher now to the plate. So with the runners at first and second.
Number 4, Mason Fisher.
Here's the first pitch. Ground ball over to third now. Stepping on the bag at third for one. The throw across the diamond. It is not going to be in time. Just barely was able to beat it out was Fisher. 5U fielder's choice, and there's 2 down now in the inning. And it remains first and second for the top of the order, and Tyson Hartman.
Number 5, Tyson Hartman.
And now we'll have a mound visit here with 2 outs and runners at first and second. We'll see if that will end the day for Donovan. It is the top of the order, and it might be the time, too, to have that conversation, and they're going to keep Donovan in the ball game. But to understand that this is the top of the order that's done a lot of damage. Hartman had a 2 RBI triple. Walder has an RBI single. Hartman also has an RBI base hit, too. He's been on base all 3 times. This being the top of the order, this is a big at-bat here in this ball game with 2 outs to the bottom of the 5th and a 6-6 tie. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Instead, a pickoff attempt. That ball will get thrown into center field, but no advancement. And so it remains runners at first and second. Mitchell leading Rapid City Post 320, 10-3. I believe that is going into the bottom of the 7th now. That will be going bottom 7, so Mitchell's 3 outs away from going to 1-1 here at the state tournament. Post 320 would also fall to 1-1. 2-0 count. That's outside. 3-0 now to Hartman. Riley Waldner is on deck. Again, Mitchell will take on Watertown at 2:30. Those 2 teams, again, will finish up their pool play then. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 3-1. After this game is done, after these 2 games are done here at Kelly Field and at Hyatt Stadium, everybody else will be playing their last game of pool play from here on out, remainder of the night. 3-1. This will be skied out towards left field, left center field. Backing up is the left fielder to make the catch in Ritchie, and that takes care of the bottom of the 5th. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the 6th. It is a 6-6 tie between Rapid City and Brandon Valley here at Hyatt Stadium in Pierre.
For Rapid City Post 22 in the 6th inning. Catcher, number 22, Wes Riggins.
Wes Riggins leads it off here in the top of the 6th inning, and the first pitch is over for strike one. 6-6 here in the 6th. Riggins had a RBI triple back in that top of the 5th inning. That one will get to the backstop, and the count's 1-1. 4-run top of the 6th inning was a big one for, top of the 5th inning for Post 22s. Was a big one to get this game tied back up. Felt like Brandon Valley was going to start to really take hold of the game. And then a couple of big hits, taking advantage of some walks, made this game be tied at 6 here in the top of the 6th inning now. Count is 1-2 here to Riggins. Luminous from the windup. That'll hit him. Second time that he's been hit. He's been on base all 4 times he's come to the plate, and the go-ahead run is on here in the top of the 6th inning.
Left fielder, number 4, Preston Ritchie.
Mitchell still, they're 2 outs away from getting a win over Post 320. In the bottom of the 7th, they lead at 10-3 over at Kelly Field. And a win there puts both Mitchell and Post 320 at 1-1. Then Mitchell taking on Watertown, and Post 320 will face Harrisburg. It's over for strike one. Here in Harrisburg, the only 2-0 teams right now. One of these teams will join them to be 2-0, as both Brandon Valley and Post 22 won their one game yesterday. That's over for a strike, and it's an 0-2 count, 1-2 count. Here to Preston Ritchie. The 0-2. Ritchie's got 3 RBIs, 2 RBI single in the 3rd, and an RBI single in the 5th. That'll miss upstairs. Rapid City Post 320 not going away easily, though. It's now a 10-5 ball game with 1 out in the 7th. That's a line shot. That'll be caught by the first baseman, and that'll be a double play. Riggins was on his way to second, and had he even frozen and made a step back to first, he still would have been out. That was hit on a line by Ritchie right to the first baseman, Anschutz, to make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And Titus Hester to the plate with nobody on. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. It's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. That'll miss, and it's now a 3-0 count here to Tyus Hester. Nolan Keller is on deck. That 3-0 pitch will miss, and it's a 4-pitch walk. And a runner on at first with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Post 320. Again, they get another run to score. They've got second and third with 1 out. It's a 10-6 game now. Trying to fight back to still get to 2-0. First pitch is fouled back for strike 1 to Nolan Keller. .320 has already scored 3 runs in this 7th inning. In that 7th inning, this is a 6-6 game right now here in the top of the 6th. That'll miss inside, and the count is 1-1. Count goes to 2-1 here to Nolan Keller. Now 2 outs in that bottom of the 7th inning. Two one, runner takes off, pitches outside. The throw will go to second, and stealing second will be Hester. A 3-1 count, and he is in scoring position here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. .3-1 is foul back. And the count is full at 3-2. That will take care of the ball game over in Kelly Field. 10-6 win for Mitchell, as it's now first and second here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Mitchell picks up their first win here in the state tournament. That next game over there will be Mitchell and Watertown, as we have a mound visit here with first and second, 2 away, here in the top of the 6th inning. Makes things a little bit more interesting to see what might happen. Mitchell's able to get to 2-1. Watertown wins to make another team go to 1-2. They finish at 1-2 also. And half the teams will be eliminated after today. The other half will make the bracket play, with the top 2 teams getting a bye in the first round. So now first and second, 2 outs. Evan Bierman to the plate. That first pitch will be on the outside edge for strike 1. Number 7 man at the plate. A hit by pitch and then a line out double play for back-to-back walks. 0-1 pitch is a floater to center field. That will drop in for a base hit. They will round the runner at third. The throw coming in. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And Post 22 will take their first lead of the ball game. An RBI single for Evan Bierman. They lead at 7-6. here in the 6th.
Number 8, Alex Coley.
Alex Coley with a chance to add on a run. Coley's 0 for 1. He popped out or lined out to second, and then he walked twice. First pitch is over for strike 1. This will be fouled out of play behind home plate. And so now the count goes to 0-2. Runners at first and second. And 2 down here in the 6th inning. The 0-2 will miss to make it a 1-2 count. One, two. Ground ball over to third. That will be fielded by the third baseman. And Siljansen will step on the bag to finish out the inning. But a run does score on the RBI single, the only hit of the inning for Post 22. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, a 7-6 lead for Rapid City Post 22 over Brandon Valley here at the 14U state tournament.
West Brigham. Riley Wallner.
Lead off extra bases. Waldner around second. He's on his way to third. The throw is going to be wide, and it's going to go into the dugout, and we're going to have ourselves a tie ball game. One batter in. It's a triple in an air that scores the run to tie the game up at 7 here to lead off this bottom of the 6th. And so we are squared here at 7. Bring up Nick Silianson. Wes Riggins is in the ball game now to pitch. Well, they're going to check to see if he stepped on second. And he did step on second, so it is a triple with the air to score the run. And so now it's a 7-7 game. And it brings up Nick Silianson, the number 3 hitter. That's over for strike 1. Wes Riggins in place of Austin Donovan. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. That'll be outside. The count's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a pitch in the dirt. Throw will have to go to first, and there is one down. Comeback strikeouts for Wes Riggins for the first out.
The hitter, number 6, Jackson Lewis.
And so one down, Jackson Lubinis, and a base hit back in the 4th inning. This will be fouled out of play.
Foul ball. Here we come to the concession stand for $1 for the field lawn game.
We have hit the over the 2-hour mark right now. And again, 2.5-hour game time limit. So still got another 27 minutes left to go. There's a swing and a foul tip in the mitt for strike 2, and the count's 0-2. And outside this inning taking an extra 27 minutes right now, that time limit won't really matter because we're going to go into the last regulation inning. And we'll have to play to a winner regardless. Here's the 0-2. That's outside, the count's 1-2. No Gopher Classic rules where you just end in a tie. It's the 14U state tournament. We're going to play till we have a winner in this game, regardless of time limit. One-two pitch. Foul back. It should be in after 2 o'clock right now. Probably pushes back the start time of our 2:30 game between Post 22 and Renner. We start a couple minutes early anyway here, and still will end up starting a little bit late for Game 3 today. Two-two pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Riggins. 2 down. That brings up Jack McInerney. McInerney 0 for 2. Sac fly RBI back in the bottom of the first inning. That's over for strike 1. And this is a very important game for both these teams. One of these two teams will be at 2-0 and have that chance to go to 3-0 before the pool play is done. Here's a ground ball over to the second baseman. It's going to be bobbled by Bierman. And it will allow the inning to continue. Runner on at first. Colin Wiedrich to the plate. Wiedrich is 0 for 3. Pop out to second, ground out to third, and struck out looking. First pitch is over for strike 1. Wind blowing from left to right, and you kind of hear it in the crowd mic. The 0-1 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, that is high and inside, and the count goes to now a ball and 2 strikes. And 1-2 is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Colin Wiedrich. Fouled back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Here's a 2-2. Foul back. And another 2-2 pitch coming up.
Call ball here from the contestant Jim Guangala for the launcher game.
The 2-2 again. Taken to the top of the zone for strike 3, and that will take care of the 6th inning. 3 strikeouts in the inning. 2 looking. No, a 1-run scores on 1 hit, 1 error, and a 1-man left on base. Make that 2 errors in the inning. 1 man left on base. We head to the 7th. We are tied at 7 between Post 22 and Brandon Valley.
For Rapid City Post 22 at the 7th, the third baseman, number 53, Adley Burns.
Nine, 1, and 2 here to start the top of the 7th inning. As we are tied at 7. And these both teams being at 1-0 right now. Looking to both go to 2-0. That's high and the count's 2-0. Renner, who is playing next, they would like to see this game probably go a few more innings. Give them a chance to try and get a win over Post 22, and a better chance of getting a win over Post 22, and getting to 2-1 and having a good shot at being in that bracket play. Aberdeen's probably thinking the same thing too. They've got another game break, so Brandon Valley will have a game break, but they would like for this game to probably go a lot longer. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Again, the time limit doesn't matter anymore. We're in the top of the 7th inning. And it's a tie ball game that we will finish out every inning to this point until we have a winner. That one's foul back, and the count is now 3-2.
Foul ball being returned to the concession stand for $1 for the one-share game.
Payoff pitch here to Adley Burns. As a fly ball to center field, moving over to the right is Hartman, the center fielder, for the first out. After Hartman and Lubinis switch spots, now it's Cam Wolf. So Wolf here with 1 out, nobody on. He is 0 for 3 with an RBI walk back in that top of the 5th. Struck out, grounded out, and flew out. That pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss, and the count's now 2-0. Two-0 pitch here to Wolf. And finds a strike, so to make it a 2-1 count. Brandon Valley in the bottom of the 7th will have 7, 8, and 9. Here at the top of the order for Post 22 in this top of the 7th inning, but 1 out. And now a 3-1 count to Wolf. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and the count is now full here at 3-2 to Wolf. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout of Wolf for the second out. And it brings up Ryder Palmer, who is 1 for 2, 1 for 3 in the ball game. He walked in the 3rd and singled in the 5th. Also ground out in the 5th inning. And 10 guys come to the plate in that 5th for Post 22. In that 4-run inning that tied the game at 6 at the time. Post 22 took a 7-6 lead in that top of the 6th inning. for a triple and an air, tie the game up with the leadoff batter in the in that bottom of the sixth to make it 7-7. That was on the outside corner for strike one. A little bit to the dismay of the Post 22 fans. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball back up the middle. That'll be a 2-out knock for Ryder Palmer. And now Wes Riggins, who has yet to be retired, he had an RBI triple back in the fifth. He walked in the third. He was hit by a pitch in the first and sixth innings. So he's just 1 for 1, but he's been on base all 3 times. This is a big spot right here. He can help himself out to try and then close out the game in the bottom of the seventh. That first pitch will bounce in, then good scoop by Waldner, the catcher. Here's the 1-0. That is outside, and the count's now 2-0. Again, Mitchell won earlier with their 10-6 win over Rapid City Post 320. Watertown and Mitchell set to get started in about 15 to 20 minutes. Runner takes off. That pitch will miss. Runner will steal second. The count's now 3-0. And Palmer is in scoring position here with 2 away. I think that Riggins will be taking all the way, but your number 3 hitter in a 3-0 count, maybe give him the green light. Not swinging, and that's taken for ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk. 4th time that he's had a free pass. And it's first and second here with 2 away. And it brings up Preston Ritchie, who's driven in 3 runs. And we've got a mound visit here for Brandon Valley. Our next game, again, is Post 22 and Renner. After they get the field work done, it will be more of a rolling schedule to get that next game going now, considering we will be behind no matter how this game ends. A long mound visit here for Brandon Valley. So now Preston Ritchie looking for his 4th RBI of the ball game. Try and give Post 22 the lead here in this top of the 7th inning.
First base is number 7, Roland Ewing.
Rogan Ewing is running over at first. First pitch is over for strike 1. Here's a ground ball on the left side. Backhanded it short. The throw will go to first. It is not going to be in time. It is an infield single, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Preston Ritchie now 3 for 5 in the ball game. And now Titus Hester. Will we head to the bottom of the 7th with a 7-7 tie, or will it be at least an 8-7 lead for Post 22? Second hit of the inning here for Post 22. Bases are loaded. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Hester is 1 for 3, struck out in the second and third. RBI single in the fifth, and then walked in the sixth inning. A 1-0. That one's fouled over to the first base dugout. Evens it at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That'll hit him. And Post 22 will take the lead 8-7 here in the top of the seventh inning. Second RBI for Hester here in this game. And now Nolan Keller. Well, maybe you're going to have a pinch hitter instead. As it will be number 58, Michael Farland. That will come and hit. So Farland, a big spot, the lefty will dig in for his first at-bats. This will get away, and another run's going to come in to score. It's now a 9-7 lead for Post 22 here in the top of the seventh. Everybody else moves up 90 feet, so still two guys in score position here with 2 outs. Post 22 has come back from a 6-2 deficit. They lost the 7-6 lead and now get it back with a 2-run lead, 9-7, and still looking to add on to it here in the top of the seventh inning. That one will catch the top of the zone, and the count's 1-1 now here to Farland. One is fouled back, and the count's now 1-2. Jackson Lubinitz trying to put an end to this inning. Brandon Valley will need at least 2 now in the bottom of the seventh. Farland, the pinch hitter, trying to extend the lead past 2. 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play.
Foul ball to return to possession stand for $1 for the launcher inning.
One-two pitch. There's a fly ball towards left center field. Over, diving, can't make the catch, and 2 runs are going to score. It's an 11-7 lead for Post 22 here in the seventh. Farland comes away with a big 2-out, 2 RBI single. And a 4-run top of the seventh. And we'll see a pitching change here with 2 outs in this top of the seventh inning. And Evan Bierman will be the first man to greet the new man. 11-7, Post 22 leads over Brandon Valley here with 2 outs at the top of the seventh inning.
number 12, Evan Bierman.
Jack McInerney on the mound. A 2-0 pitch is upstairs in a 3-0 count. And we'll see some activity out in the left field bullpen for Brandon Valley now. One of the rare times we've seen activity in the bullpen from either side. Gavin Reitzman is the guy that is warming up, as that'll be a walk to make it first and second. 4-pitch walk to Bierman. And Alex Coley to the plate. Actually, it'll be Brayson Barthman that will be warming up. Reitzman went out there with him, but Barthman is the one warming up. First pitch is over for strike one. Alex Coley, ninth man to come to the plate here in this top of the 7th inning. 4 runs have scored here for Post 22. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. All 4 runs have scored with 2 outs. Bird flew out to center to lead off the inning. Wolf struck out swinging. There's 2 down and nobody on, and it's turned into a 4-run inning here for Post 22. This will be flown out to left field. Backing up is the left fielder, and the catch will be made by Lubinitz to take care of the inning. But all 9 guys come to the plate. Post 22 scores 4 times, as they do so on 4 hits. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, it is a 11-7 lead for the for the Comets over at the Expo. What is Post 22 now? I'm all over the place here with what the Post 22 team is. It is the Cadets that are. I just made a whole lot of Post 22 fans and Post 320 fans being mad that I called them the Comets and not the Cadets. That makes everybody in Rapid City real mad at me. But it's 11-7. Post 22 leads over Brandon Valley.
For Brandon Valley in the 7th. First baseman, number 1, Sanders Anschutz.
Sanders Anschutz to lead us off, followed by Brecken Velma and Mason Fisher. 7, 8, and 9 here for Brandon Valley in this bottom of the 7th. 11-7 lead. First pitch is over for strike one from Wes Riggins. That'll be fouled out of play. And the count's 0-2. He is 2 for 2. It's Anschutz as he singled in the 4th and 5th inning. The 0-2. That one just misses outside, and the count's now 1-2. One-two is high and outside. It counts 2-2. Brandon Valley will need at least 4 runs here in this 7th inning. Got 7, 8, 9 here up. Post 22 did all their damage with 2 outs in that 7th inning. This will be a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is the right fielder, and he will make the catch. As Keller puts it away for the first out.
Right fielder, number 10, Brecken Velma.
And so now Brecken Velma to the plate. Actually, Tyus Hester that made that catch out in right field. Farland is out in center. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1 to Velma, who is 2 for 3. He singled in the 2nd and the 5th. Ground out to the second baseman in the 4th inning. That pitch will miss, and the count's now 1-1. And from the crowd mic, you heard that bee land on the bike and fly away. Made things a little bit more nerve-wracking. 2-0 pitch is outside, and the count's 3-0. Velma looking to get on base here with the 1 out, nobody on. The 3-0. Be a 4-pitch walk. And there's the first base runner that Brandon Valley needs here in this 7th inning. And it brings up Mason Fisher. Number 9 man in the batting order. They go back to the top of the order after this man is done at the plate, and Fisher, who is 0 for 1, 2 walks and a fielder's choice. Been on base all 3 times. Pickoff attempt, and nearly was picked off over at first. Velma did not see Riggins step off and throw over to first. He was late breaking back to the base, but it was not caught cleanly. It skipped in at first to Coley. Pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. One 0 pitch will find the bottom of the strike zone at the knees, and the count's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Another pickoff attempt. Riggins will come set from the stretch. 1-2 is popped foul. That'll get out of play. And our next game is Post 22 in Renner. That was scheduled to start at 2:30, and we'll be about a half hour behind. 1-2 pitch. That is lined to right field coming in, and that will short hop the right fielder. The throw will go to first. And tripping over the bag at first was Fisher. He got the base hit. First baseman put the tag on him, but he had obviously not made an attempt to go to second. He tripped over the bag. So it's first and second now. The base hit for Fisher. He's now 1 for 2. And now it's Tyson Hartman to the plate. So now the tying run moves to the on-deck circle here for Brandon Valley. Quick mound visit from Wolf to Riggins. Tyson Hartman. He will come set from the stretch. Runners at first and second. One away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's off the hands, and that will be a base hit to left field. And it's the bases loaded, and the tying run will come to the plate here in this bottom of the 7th inning. So the bases loaded here with only 1 out. Riley Wallner, who has an RBI single in this game. He is 1 for, make that 2 for 4 in the ball game. He had the triple and air that scored that tying run, the 6. And now Riggins will call out the catcher Wolf, and hard to see what I think he's having a hard time seeing the sign put down from the catcher and Wolf. And now we'll have time called and have a mound visit. And Riggins will get a drink of some water. As we are well over 100 degrees right now here in Pierre, 104. Feels like 107. And that nice steady breeze that we always have in South Dakota coming out of the south at just 7 miles an hour. So it does nothing to kind of try and cool things off. We are going to keep an eye on the weather that's to our south right now, but it looks like it's going to move east and stay south of the interstate as it stands. Well, we will keep an eye on all of that as we have been moved into a 3 of 5 risk of severe weather. That's at the knees for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here to Riley Wallner. The bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch with 1 out. That'll miss low. Good stop there by Wolf. So the tying run at the plate right now here for Brandon Valley in this bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1. This will be a ground ball fielded by the shortstop. Throw to second for 1. It's a double play to end the ball game. Post 22 will turn a 6-4-3 double play and pick up the game win. 11-7 over Brandon Valley. And a fantastic ball game between these two teams. A total of 2 hours and 40 minutes on top of it all. We'll come back with totals here in just a moment. So as we welcome you back, it is a final score 11-7 for Post 22 over Brandon Valley, getting 4 runs in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 4 in the 7th to pick up that 11-7 win after Brandon Valley took a 6-2 lead in that bottom of the 4th inning. As that is a look at your box score that you saw. And the standings, the updated standings here for 2 games played for just about everybody. Actually, everybody has played 2 games, so this will be a full look at the 2 games that are played so far for everybody. 2-0 record for Harrisburg, Pierre, and Post 22. Harrisburg is that number 1 team with only 3 runs allowed. Pierre at number 2 with 5 runs allowed. And then Post 22 with 12 runs allowed at number 3. Post 320, even though they lost that game to Mitchell, they are still the number 4 seed right now. Mitchell moves up to that number 5 seed with a win. Renner at 6, being that first team, that last team in. Brandon Valley at 1-1 is the first team out. Brookings T will need some help with a lot of runs to be scored, and really with the go 2-1 record, have an opportunity to get into that playoff. Watertown, Yankton, and Aberdeen all sitting at 0-2, and so they are looking then to try and still get in, but will need a lot of help. They'll need some losses from Mitchell. Right now, Post 22 taking on Renner. That could be a 1-2 team. Brandon Valley and Aberdeen. If Aberdeen does win, that would put Brandon Valley at 1-2 and Aberdeen at 1-2. So there's still an opportunity because you can still see maybe a lot of these teams that finish at 1-2. Only Brookings and T will have to go to 2-1 when they play later on tonight. But a lot of these teams can eventually find their way to being at 1-2 overall. But it is an opportunity for Post 22 to secure their spot. Coming up next against Renner, we'll have that coverage in about 25 minutes or so right here on KCCR Sports on YouTube. 11-7 win for Post 22 over Brandon Valley. We'll be back at a Heights Stadium for Game 3 coming up later on.